Cool. So I heard you guys met in rehab. Is that true?
Yeah, we gave up Christianity for Lent, and it was that rehab. Like-minded individuals.
That
And
like music.
we were very successful in kicking our religious habits.
All of them liked it a lot around you.
Well, not many people liked us. We got beat up a lot in rehab, but it made us stronger.
Yeah, a little bit of trauma can really help
Yeah.
one's character.
And the writing of the lyrics and such.
Yeah, we obviously had to like one person sit in the corner quietly, and the other 4 or 5, whoever's available, like make a shield against the rest of the other people trying to kick various other habits.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we survived.
Okay. Is there any deep personal story of the band getting together or of the band being there for a member that you can think of?
There's been like a lot of personal growth, pretty much everyone. We've been a band for a decade, but a lot of people have found partners or growth or been able to literally kick some destructive habits or find some really positive growth by being in this band. So we take the piss, but inside there's a strong, productive, supportive family.
Yeah. Well, that's good. It's beautiful. And you would think, because with the way you guys really met is just by you had this show coming up and you didn't have band members, so you asked Sam.
Yeah.
And he started, and then through time you just met people and said you want to be in a band.
Yeah, or they came up to us and said, "Hey, can I come and join the party?"
Come join Satanic Dagga Orgy. Okay. Well, that's very, very cool. And then from this interview, I know it wasn't planned for too long, but was there anything that you thought you would take out of this interview or want to leave behind for the people watching?
I mean, I probably want to leave Storm behind.
I mean, hey.
No,
Well, yeah.
we're in pre-production for probably what's going to be our only full-length album that we ever make. We might continue doing singles, but that's what we're busy planning for the new year. Is
So
a
that's
new
the
album.
future of the band.
Yep.
For an actual real album. Okay, that's going to be a lot of fun. You're already recording for it?
Yeah, we're in the process of it, eh? We've started, or you can talk to this actually, because you've been doing it, but yeah.
So yeah, we've written the songs. We have done ghost tracks. Next up is Storm to go and lay down some drums.
And add some stuff to that,
nice.
and yeah. And I think even in terms of that, like, because I was part of the band and then I left the band and I came part of the band again, and even in terms of like the drumming kind of stuff, we've evolved in terms of what I'm doing, and we were doing more like just kind of box stuff, and then it became this drum cushion thing that like no one had ever seen, and then now we're on a full drum kit, and now we're like heavier and harder, and I think the big thing is just going in and just being all of that on the drums.
So the genre changes every now and then because it becomes more of drums, more of this, more of that.
And like the feel and and all of that.
And how we want to play. Songs are living things, really. So you can, as long as you keep playing them, you can play them a little bit differently.
Yeah,
Counting
change it
Crows
up.
are a great example of that. You'll never hear them play the song the way it was recorded on the album.
But that's why people go a lot to watch people live. It's because they're playing the song, they're not performing. Oh no, they're performing, they're not playing that, just playing the song.
I don't want to hear it exactly the way it was recorded.
Yeah, precisely.
Like,
You want to feel it.
yeah.
Feel how where you guys would make it in the studio.
Yeah. And that's always been, I think, my experience is that, like, as a band, we don't take ourselves so seriously, but we take the music seriously to a point where we're not so serious about it, but we play it for us, and it becomes a fun thing. And I think that's the thing is, for me, we're more than just a band. We're brothers, And that's why, like, when I left the band, it was like, well, I hadn't left the family, and that's why, like, when people leave, like, you're still
stay in
part of
contact,
it because it's a tribe,
together.
it's a community.
And
when we
you
got
did
on
get a
stage,
Slipknot, so
well, that was it.
That's
I mean, I
rough.
also left for Slipknot days, and I was an honorary member, and no one really knows because I was wearing a mask, obviously, for the show and stuff. But and then and that was trauma in itself, all the rumors you hear about Slipknot are true. You know,
Oh.
like I'd vomit before shows. And,
Yeah.
You know,
And after shows are the things that we can't even name on camera.
right, exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was like a Tarantino movie in real life. You know, so.
Yeah.
So I'm
Sounds the
taking this experience I've had and I'm just adding it into our songwriting. So expect some blues and some sad
Some blues.
drum fills. and
Not
stuff.
not like Scatman or.
Yeah, no, like even odd time, like just crazy 12/11 shuffle beats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've actually read some, which I'm strongly assuming are fake facts about you guys, under interesting facts about you guys. And I was reading it and I went, okay, that is still possible, sort of like the annexation of a place or something. And then they said you guys were fake news, and I went, oh, this is a bullshit channel.
No, we always tell the truth in interviews.
Yeah.
Or none,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Always.
Well, see, you were telling it. It was something that was written down, and I went,
Everything
This is
you read
actually
is
like
true.
this is real stuff.
God,
you know,
it
this
seems
is
like if you should
holographic.
pull on it, it's not gonna, it's not gonna come off.
And are we proud of our beards?
3D printed by ourselves.
Every single hair
Every single one.
stick to your face.
Meticulous.
Yeah.
Meticulous 3D printing.
Everybody still wants to know though. Do you guys work Dagga?
Yes.
Satanic Dagga, Orgy has to
Yeah.
work Dagga.
I mean, out of the 3 words in our name,
Mm.
Satan's a bit funny. I mean,
Yeah.
That's the one that scares.
Most
I mean,
people.
it's funny now. We can look back at rehab and all that
Yeah.
trauma that happened.
Yeah.
But Satan's the one that gets us in trouble. South Africa
Yeah.
is still pretty scared of him.
Dagga Orgy, everybody gets excited about.
Yeah, I mean, those are two.
Yeah.
Satanic,
One
they
thumb
go,
up,
wait,
two
wait,
thumbs
wait.
up.
Everyone needs a vice, right?
Yeah.
So-
Yeah, but it's because it's not the verb, the explaining word of the Dagga Orgy. So if it were to be fun Dagga Orgy,
Exactly.
it wouldn't have scared
But
people.
yeah,
so
or
much.
any other kind of
any
duck. Like literally
any other word possible.
grasshopper duck orgy.
Yeah.
Like it wouldn't matter. It's Satan that's the problem.
Yeah. Well, as you guys also know, Dagga is obviously like a thing that most of us do to go chill out or whatever, like partying. But during your lives right now, what's of importance that's happening in and around your lives and the rest of the band's lives?
We're moving soon.
Yeah, so I'm looking at moving. And yeah, but otherwise, like,
What's going on? Just chill.
yeah, just like busy kind of stuff.
Yeah. What do you guys do when you're not recording?
So I teach drums and stuff. So I teach people how to play drums, little kids, and so for me it almost just it's like the art form and understanding the art form, because if we are to teach, then we are to really understand, and for me to understand, I have to slow everything down to
Yeah.
really encapsulate what I'm
to
doing.
know, because they don't know anything about it.
Right. So for me, it's like taking everything back to basics. So even in my personal life, it's also like, you know, it's always just revisiting and re-looking and re-examining where one is in order to fully grow more and more.
Yeah, and you probably learn even things that you find new
Yeah.
as you
yeah.
teach. So you're teaching his daughter now as well.
Yes.
What
Yeah.
have we got here? How is she doing with that?
Was her first lesson?
Yeah.
Oh,
I think it
really?
went well. She enjoyed it. She focused for 15 minutes.
Oh, that's
So
a
that's pretty
Yeah,
good.
That's good.
Yeah, that's
good.
fantastic.
Yeah.
that's a long focus for her. How old is she now?
She's 4.
Yeah.
Four-year-old.
Yeah.
Oh, she learns now. Starts learning now. It's gonna
Yeah,
come
she's gonna be
to her
good.
quickly.
Drummers are rare, so I'm
Yeah.
giving back to the band
Yeah.
economy.
And
Yeah.
you know, I'm getting only older, so at some point,
She's gonna have
his
to take a
daughter will
place.
take over,
Or
and yeah, so
imagine
so-
it becomes a family band. Yeah,
because that's the thing, right? Is as much as I'm only 38, right? In drummer years, I'm like 65.
oh,
Like,
really?
we age quite incredibly forward.
Is it all the party or is
So-
That's the first time I heard that.
Yeah, it's all the stuff we got to carry.
is
you
it
know?
like dog
And
years
then-
but drummer years?
Right?
Yeah.
So we operate on the same kind of basis. So it's like, yeah, every 7 years per
Is that why the... Well,
year.
then,
So gosh,
how come
I'm pretty ancient.
how come Ringo's still alive, dude?
Well, he's not the...
I guess Charlie
It's a
Watts
good
died
question.
though.
Yeah, right?
Joey Jordison.
Right, so...
Maybe Ringo's just an
yeah.
outlier. Maybe he doesn't carry his shit.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
the other Beatles were more of a favorite for a reason,
Yeah.
right? That's all I'm saying.
And the way that they got creative was definitely not staying sober.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No.
No.
I mean, the whole time they were in Germany perfecting their art. You know, they're one of the
Perfecting their
examples
art.
of the 10,000 hours rule, where you have to spend some 10,000 hours doing something before you're good at it.
Yeah.
The way they managed to do that in like 3 years in Germany was because they were on speed the whole time.
10,000 hours,
Right.
1,000 hours.
No problem.
Yeah.
We got 3
Cut
days
it
in
in
every
half.
one day.
Okay, well, your creative process, like theirs, but different. How do you get to when you feel like you need to write a new song, or where does the creative process start? And where do you guys go? What do you guys do?
There's a lot of different starting points. It can be things that happen in the world, it can be things that happen to a person, it can just be a made-up story. It can be like someone says something funny like that. You can build the whole song around that phrase if necessary.
Yeah, like
But
the ISIS song.
yeah, exactly. Those lyrics were basically crowdfunded from some comments on a Facebook post.
Really?
Yeah. So lots of different start points, but so you have to be in the right space to make a song, especially a good one. So sometimes those lyrics get shelved for like years until
And
they
then
come
one day
out.
you go, okay, let's go through the book.
Yeah, and then sometimes just a whole song unfolds.
Yeah.
Um,
Create itself. So if, say, you guys are having a chill session or whatever, and someone just starts going,
exactly.
well, that's
What
fun.
happened last
Yeah.
practice, actually.
Yeah. And with our new upcoming song all about fitness, like that one we've been creating, we've been writing this during all our sound checks before all our shows, and it's been part of the process.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fun. So one song coming from all the practices, all the sound checks.
Yeah.
That's
While I get to put the guitar down and just listen to the rest of the mix,
Yeah.
I go run out the front and shout about different types of
It's just
exercise. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun one.
Yeah.
It's gonna be energetic. What's your guys' favorite song to play live?
I like playing Homo for a Lady.
I like listening to it.
I think it's a great song.
Yeah.
Zam wrote an awesome one there, and it's super fun to play.
Oh, was that Zam?
Yeah.
That's fun. And the people, the crowd probably reacts
Yeah.
completely different.
The reason he wrote that song was because we'd gotten people to sing Satan back to us, and he was like, let me see how far I can push the call and response vibe. I want to get some really big homophobic dudes to sing I am gay. So yeah, the I am gay part is
The literal words that I am gay.
Yeah.
And it's a bunch of straight
big,
men with
big
beards.
homophobic dudes. Yeah.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
And then I said, tell me, there must be unusual shows. There must be some weird shit. What is one of the most unusual shows you had to play?
Well, I mean, I think something about Orgy Copy, eh? So Orgy Copy, which one was it? It was like, I don't even remember. It was one of them, and it was like my third show ever. And I mean, we had, like, we went crazy. We had bought all these things, and I think it was just, the most, we were just wearing our Speedos.
Yes,
and we
I
were
wanted to
almost
ask is the
so
red Speedo
minimal,
one.
But we were so maximum, you know?
It was so minimal. But was it because inside it was so maximum?
It was just
surreal.
It was surreal.
After about the fourth or fifth song, I had to just like stop and turn around and look at Storm and be like, look at what you're doing. Don't just focus on what you're doing.
Yeah.
Look at what you're doing and appreciate the moment, because we
Yeah.
were just like so laser focused on
And
the
then
show.
the other Orgy one also with Jack Daniels, or was it
Yeah.
Johnny Walker, right?
No, it was Jack Daniels.
Daniels,
So
yeah.
as I got older, I needed glasses, and I was playing the last Orgy Copy, and I saw this really dirty dude with an amazing core, crowd surfing, and I was like, yo, he's so stiff. And I came closer, and it was the Jack Daniels statue. Yeah, so
This big crowd surfed.
Blame it on the lights from the front for now.
Yeah.
It wasn't you, it was
And
the
that
lights.
was actually my most traumatic show, because I had a whole episode before where my pedal went missing, and
it was a bit of a disaster.
and then everyone's like waiting for the band, and they're all saying, and then someone's like, we're just waiting for Storm, and then the whole crowd's like, fuck you, Storm.
Ach nee.
They didn't mean it that way. They meant it like with love. They're like,
And I'm just backstage like trying to get my pedal, because they had taken it back to camp
on a bucky.
So
the
we have
band
to, right?
Yeah.
Bucky back up.
So now we're waiting, and I'm just hearing, yes, no. And I'm just like, oh my god. And we go on and we play, and then this whole show, I'm just like, oh my god, this is crazy. And then, but yeah, the Jack Daniels does make up for it.
Yeah, especially if one of your friends makes a mistake and you can laugh at them.
Yeah.
Everybody starts laughing at them.
Yeah.
Tension is off of you then.
So
there was also a show in Bloemfontein where there were about 4 or 5 really heavy-looking farmer-type people who arrived early and started drinking just Diet Coke and glaring at us from across the bar. We were like, okay, this isn't going to be good. But luckily, someone who knew us and liked us was an OFM DJ and was like, I see you guys, and I know the businesses that you work for, and I would recommend you don't cause some cuck with these guys. But we were...
And then all the eyes were on them, so they couldn't do shit.
Yeah, so we were close to something bad happening.
Yeah.
That's
and I
happened
don't
a few
think
times.
that's the only time. I think
small towns, larger danger.
Potch's room?
Potch, we just got ignored completely. That was amazing.
That was,
especially after, it was after Orgy. We just come off 8,000 people like loving us. Next show, 20 rand to get in, nope. 0 rand to get in. About 100 people come in. So we go on the streets and we like try to busk, to kind of get people encouraged and to kind of go in. And so I think we got like... We played a Blink-182 cover. And then
where did you play?
Cover band. And they were like, play Scotty Doesn't Know.
Oh, they requested songs from you.
Yeah. It was a proper right down to earth moment.
Yeah.
There was also a moment in Hermanus, you weren't there, but we literally had to keep the engine running of our car near the end of our set. I asked my wife to get the car and open the boot because there were some also really aggressive, coked up, I'd go as far as saying.
Usually if they look like this and move like...
What do you call people from...
Hermanauts.
Hermits.
Hermits.
Those guys, those dudes, they were angry with us, so we were like, okay, thank you, goodbye.
Next show. Oh, that's crazy. The red Speedo thing that you did at Oppie Coffee, is that where Speedo Fest was born?
No, Speedo Fest was born because we were trying to raise funds for a water polo tour. And obviously you Speedos, you can only wear Speedos playing water polo, otherwise you're going to have a tactical disadvantage. So I was like, cool, chance for the people who are very unashamed wearing Speedos, which is mostly water polo players. Yeah. And you'd think, you've got an idea of what water polo players look like. That's not what my club looked like. they started another fundraising initiative called Big Fellas Tournament afterwards. So just understand that it was a place to come and enjoy up-and-coming bands, but also not have any worries about your body image, because there's dudes there who have zero concerns. Yeah. Just a Speedo and a wallet tucked in.
And it walks like that around where people walk with clothes as well. Yeah. Not necessarily just in the swimming pool.
Drunk.
Yeah.
And happy.
Well, the fact is they're happy. As long as they're happy, that's all that makes a difference.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, well, also what I think people would want to know is behind the crazy name, which isn't that much of a satanic band, like a non-demon summoning band. Yeah. Who are you guys at home, and also the other members of the band? Like, who's married now? Who has kids now?
There are 3 of us who are married with kids. The others are not married, but everyone's in a relationship. Yeah. Various degrees of length and commitment, I guess. Yeah. And no one's really changed any careers or anything, ranging from education to sound engineering to recruitment to doing whatever Loopy does. But we're pretty average and boring.
Pretty life.
Yeah, we've had some members also go overseas, like Loopy and Ricky. They're overseas.
For music or to
just opportunities. Both of them had EU passports,
and both of them now have.
You know Loopy's back in
is he back? I don't know.
Okay. Well,
this is the on-camera.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The reveal. One of those babies is yours that he's carrying.
Dad? Has been gone for more than 9 months.
It's back for alimony still.
Jerry.
Yeah, so everybody's
Yeah,
going
no,
on with
still in
that.
contact. We've got it
Yeah.
to make sure that we separate business and cockpart. We've got two different groups, so that
Okay.
he was not able to play at the moment for logistical or personal reasons.
Yeah.
Doesn't need to get involved in the logistics.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, and it's
Okay,
kind of
well-
like that brotherhood, you know. And I think
And we all
especially
have
now
that
as
group.
we've evolved, you know, like when I initially joined the band, like I remember there was like moments of, you know, castle drafts, and you know we'd have some before the gig and we'd have some after the gig
During,
and
like
during
on
and,
the stage.
you know, and then it was just like through those years, like one by one, you know, each of us kind of like, you know, got more healthier or stopped drinking or, you know, and I think that's testament to how as friends we're so good for each other because we're there for each other. And we've never been, I think, one of those bands that's, you know, we're never mean to each other. Like we love each other, and you know, even going on tour, like we would have these rules, right? Like we won't do anything. You know, sometimes like when you're on tour, like and someone falls asleep, and you'll do something to them as a
Yeah.
prank, right? And with us, it's like, well, what constitutes falling asleep? Like if you have your shoes on, you know?
Yeah.
And then you're irresponsible
Right.
for falling asleep.
So we would do the band things also, like, you know, that and we would all know the rules for it, but it would also be responsible in a way where we wouldn't just do something mean to someone.
Or you would, but you'll make sure that he's fine afterwards.
Right, and they know the rules of,
Yeah.
because if you keep your shoes on, then that's
That's a big
you know
problem.
that, right?
Because
As
then you
long as
passed
everyone knows
out.
the rules, then it's cool.
Right.
Yeah. And the rules apply to everyone.
Yeah.
And I think the two things about STO is that we're majority vote rules. So
Quorum.
I might write the songs or whatever, but if folks don't want to play it, then fuck you, you know?
Yeah.
And the other thing is that we're not destructive. A lot
Because
of
it's not the 60s anymore.
Yeah.
People
Yeah.
have now
Yeah.
experienced all the
I
drugs
may
that
on
we get to.
occasion destruct a drum or something, or destroy
Yeah.
something like that. you know.
that's expected of your position.
I'm guessing that's just
You
like a drummer thing. It's not like you're supposed to play
You know,
softly.
drumsticks, yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Obliterate
break him.
it, you
How many drumsticks do you think you've gone through?
know. Like I can't even count them. Hey, like
Really?
like I've cut down trees, you know.
Yeah. I got solo just to replace the trees that's still.
Like my carbon footprint is fucked.
At least
I think
he's
based
supporting
on-
the green vibe of your cutting down
Yeah,
trees for the sticks.
Yeah.
Do you
I mean,
just
I
leave sticks
recycle.
somewhere?
You know, I do recycle. So
Okay.
I'm trying to, you know. But I mean, all the bad karma I get from breaking drumsticks in this lifetime, I'll hopefully, you know.
Teaching, though, so I guess. But are you teaching kids to drum or break drumsticks?
Well,
I think it gets to the point where it's the kid's choice to break the drumstick.
right.
Depends on how hard of a drummer you
Yeah,
are.
sometimes I
fair
do
enough.
instruct them to throw it out to the crowd as
That's
a
expected.
little rock star,
Do
you
the-
know.
the whole-
So,
That's
That's
expected.
big.
That's expected.
And you teach them to flip it as well.
yeah.
Yeah.
But the
Just
general
listen to
rule is rather try to find drumsticks that are broken opposed to breaking your own. You know, then that way we can conserve and reuse. You know.
Find broken drumsticks to drum
Upcycle.
with. That's
So
what
I
I'm
keep
doing.
my own one, so you know people are welcome to come use mine,
Okay.
my broken ones.
Yeah, that makes they're welcome to come use it. I'm not sure if
You
they're
get like
gonna-
sentimental about like this show. I broke this one at this show.
Yeah,
No,
write
I
the
used to,
date on it.
But then I did like so many shows, and then I just used to forget stuff. Now I'm like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
too many memories to. So now they're all just
So
in my
but the big ones,
subconscious.
I'm guessing you all took something like from Opikopi.
Yeah, like the big ones are.
Do
Yeah.
you still play at Opikopi?
So more copy.
Is the name Opikopi?
Not for 5 years.
Really?
2018.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know that it ended. I thought it was just not kosher anymore.
No, has not restarted.
Yeah, that's quite sad.
Yeah.
Well, I have one last question, the most important one. If you guys could be any animal, what would you be and why? Think about it. Take your time.
This is a very serious
It's a very,
question.
very, very honest and hard serious question.
So I've always wanted to be, and still continue wanting to be, a sloth.
Oh,
So I can just chill, take my time. And
okay.
and like no one will bug me for it because it's a characteristic of
But
mine.
bugs do bug you though. Like sloths grow moss.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
They're so slow that moss can actually grow on them.
they just hang out though.
They
So-
do.
And they're kind of cute.
That's interesting. So how much do you know about moths?
Like not
Enough, obviously.
Yeah.
It's hard when you
I know nothing
get
about
rid-
moths and very little about sloths, but
Okay, but if you were to be one, you would be one.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's,
And you had that answer quite quickly,
yeah,
which means you've
I've been
thought about
thinking
this.
about this for long.
I just thought about mine. I want to be a hardy dog, and then I want to go and sit outside people that I don't like silence. Just
Yeah, big bird, eh?
I like the passion behind that one, the reason behind it as
literally on
well.
revenge.
Yeah.
That's
Okay,
very
well,
deeply rooted there, hey?
Yeah. Yeah, and you thought about it
Somewhere in the
quite
shadow,
hard.
yeah.
So if there's already a specific person you probably already have in mind
Yeah,
that you're going to go
Jeremy.
sit
So I
with.
might have physical moss, but you might have emotional moss.
Yeah. So that's about it.
Cool.
That I
very much.
have.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank
Thanks,
you
everyone.
for having us and letting us set up here for that.
Yeah, thanks, dudes.
There you go.
Oh my gosh.